One of my favorite things in life is watching someone who is truly passionate about something. Not just the finished product, not the they made it moment, but the process. At work, I have a project leader whose wife makes cookies. And I don't say this lightly. These are not normal cookies. These look like they came out of a professional bakery. Perfect frosting, detailed designs, the kind of cookies that make you pause before eating them because they look too good to exist. The first time I tried one, I remember thinking, there's no way this is a hobby. So I told her husband, your wife has to be a professional baker. He laughed and said, no, she actually works in the pharmaceutical world. That didn't make any sense at all to me. Because how do you go from pharmaceuticals to cookies that look like they belong in a magazine? But over time, something cool started happening. Every so often, cookies would show up at work, then bagels, then bread, then more cookies. And eventually, she really refined it into these incredible sugar cookies with detailed designs and even her own little bakery-style labels. At some point, I had started writing notes back to her. Just small messages, encouragement, feedback, appreciation, really. Eventually, I started calling her the Queen Baker because honestly, it felt accurate. And over time, those notes turned into something more. We started exchanging messages directly. I got her phone number, she got mine. I don't remember how it happened, but we just I text her directly now. I give feedback. She'd share ideas, and I got to see how much joy she actually got from baking. Here's what stood out to me. She's not baking because she has to. She's baking because she loves it. She works full time. She's a wife and a mom. She has a very full life. But baking is something that lets her step into a space where she creates, experiments, and just enjoys the process. At one point, I jokingly said, you should quit your job and bake full time. Her husband laughed and said, yeah, we're just starting a GoFundMe and we'll make it happen. And I agreed. We were all joking, but behind that humor was something real. Because I realized this. We're really good at celebrating the beginnings, the excitement of what happens, and we're really good at celebrating the endings when something big happens. We cheer for people when they start something new, and we cheer for people when they succeed, win, or make it. But we're not nearly as good at celebrating the middle ground. And the middle is where everything actually happens. The middle is where no one's really watching, where the progress is slow, where the work feels repetitive, and where the results aren't obvious. Where someone, in this case, a lady who knows how to bake well, is turning into a master baker who might eventually, Lord willing, open her own bakery, she's quietly improving while most people assume nothing is really happening behind the scenes. We love calling those things, those opportunities, overnight success stories. But the truth is, there is no such thing. There's only years of trying, refining, failing, adjusting, and continuing, long before the public notices. And in that middle space, encouragement matters more than we realize. Because it's easy to feel unseen when you're working hard at something, but nothing has arrived yet, even if it is just a hobby that you're passionate about. That's why this experience stuck with me. A simple hobby, baking cookies, could, maybe, hopefully, become something bigger because someone cared enough to notice, to encourage it, and to respond to it. And I think this applies to everywhere. At work, in relationships, in sports, in creative pursuits, in anything worth doing. Most people don't need applause at the start, necessarily. And they'll get applause at the end if they do it right. But in the middle, that's where people start wondering if anyone is really paying attention. So here's what I've learned. If you see someone in the middle of their journey, building something, learning something, trying something, honing their craft, don't wait until they arrive to encourage them. Tell them now. Tell them their work matters. Tell them they're improving or you like what they're doing. Tell them what they're doing is worth noticing. Because sometimes the difference between someone quitting and someone continuing is simply a reminder that what they're doing is seen. And if you're lucky enough, you might also get some really, really good cookies out of it. I might know from personal experience.